Hello and welcome to this video where I'm going to be testing two of the strongest new chess.com bots. We've got the Magnus bot and we've also got the secret Magni trio of Magnuses, and we're going to put them head to head and see how they go. So we have Magnus opening with e4 and the Magni plays c5. So we have a Sicilian. We have all normal new moves here. And the Magni get this nice lot of central pawns, but they do have that light squared bishop, which is a bit stuck. So they've got to figure out what to do with that. So Magnus castles, and then the Magni lash out, trying to sort of say, what is that pawn doing? We want to take the whole center. Magnus pushes, and then the Magni want to start piling up on that e pawn, which they do. And then this is actually a mistake here from Magnus. I actually looked at this line before, and what you're meant to do, Engine just wants you to go rook f to e1, and then if the knight captures, the bishop will capture, and then the queen will capture, and basically what would happen is the Magni would have their queen and their king basically lined up in the center of the board, which is usually not too good. Magnus would be very well developed. So anyway, the game continues, and this allows the Magni to win a tempo on the queen. So the queen has to keep getting moved around, and now that pawn is going to fall because there's no other way to protect that pawn. And here we go, the pawn goes, and the Magni want a queen trade, and they get a queen trade. And now the problem here for Magnus is, look at that pawn center, and if that light squared bishop develops, Magnus is going to be in a lot of trouble. And Magnus's knight is on the rim, and he's also making a lot of weakening pawn moves. We have a bit of tension in the center with the pawns. Magnus moves his knight back. He doesn't want to trade on Magni's terms. We have c5. The Magni are trying to force the issue in the center. Magnus resolves the tension. And basically what we have here is a giant transformation of the position. And Magnus has to use this resource here, danger levels. We have a trade of pieces. And basically what's happened is we have essentially the same position, but with a lot less pieces. And now there's a risk that the Magni are going to create a passed pawn in the center, which is usually pretty fatal, everything else otherwise being equal. So let's see, can the Magni break through here? We have another trade, and here we have that passed e-pawn. And this is looking really dangerous for Magnus. And the Magni are just gradually encroaching and managed to snatch up those pawns. And basically what's happened is the Magni have exchanged their strong central pawn for an even stronger two passed flank pawns. And because the king's so developed as well, it's just impossible to stop this. And the Magni are able to effortlessly convert the game, checkmating the king in the center of the board.